Hi everybody, how's it going? Today you're going to be doing an assignment and learning about the differences between sexual, asexual reproduction, and both, and the organisms that happen to use these different types of reproduction. That's important because as you learn about the different organisms that use either asexual, sexual reproduction, or sometimes both, because there are advantages to both of them. So sometimes organisms can use both. You'll be able to learn a little bit more about those types of reproduction and why they're good and maybe why they're not always the best. So today you'll be doing a worksheet and doing a little bit of reading to learn about that. So when you get to the assignment, sexual, asexual, or both, which is listed as 7C in your tracker, you're going to go ahead and click here to make a copy of your worksheet. And your worksheet looks like this. So you'll see a little bit of instructions here, along with a link to the information that you're going to need to do the worksheet, some instructions on how to do the worksheet, and then just note here a note I've put in. It says, I will be checking for the correct type of reproduction, as well as 3 or 4 keywords entered into the table that back up your choice. So if any of this is missing, you're going to be revising the worksheet in order to pass it off. So here you'll see these different organisms listed, and you'll see that you can link here to a reading about these different organisms and how they reproduce. And from doing those readings, you're going to be able to decide, are they a sexual reproducer, an asexual reproducer, or do they maybe use both? You're going to be also looking to identify some keywords that give hints or help give you information to evidentially back that up, that idea that they are either a sexual reproducer, an asexual reproducer, or both. So you can either access the readings here in your worksheet by clicking on this link here, or you can click on that link back in Canvas. But either way, you'll get to the same place, which is this reading right here. And it gives you some good instructions on how to do the reading. It also gives you some information about keywords here. You can see that there are some examples of keywords if you read through this, and you can probably find some other keywords as well to help you decide. Remember that your assignment, of course, is to access keywords, to type them into this column here, and then to determine if the organism is sexual, asexual, or both. Okay, so as we look at the readings, we're going to go ahead and start with sunflower, because sunflower is sunflower is first on our worksheet. So here is sunflower. I'm going to go ahead and read about the sunflower. It says, like other flowering plants, the sunflower relies on insects for reproduction. Bees searching for nectar inadvertently pick up pollen and spread it from flower to flower. When sperm-filled pollen grains contact the stigma, they grow a pollen tube that reaches into the ovary. Sperm travel down the tube to fertilize an egg. The head of a single sunflower contains hundreds of tiny flowers that each produce a seed. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and note that there are some keywords here that I can kind of actually find up here in my list of examples, but that also kind of give me an idea about gametes that are specialized cells. And we talked about those in our notes on reproduction last week. So, for instance, sperm, that's going to be a keyword. Pollen, that's a keyword. We also can see ovary, that's a keyword. And fertilize and egg, right? So these are all keywords. I'm going to go ahead and come back here, and I'm going to type those keywords here. I'm going to put in sperm and pollen and egg and fertilize and ovary. These are all words that indicate that my sunflower here is a sexual reproducer. So I'm going to put an X in that column. I didn't see any evidence that it is an asexual reproducer or that it does any kind of asexual reproduction. It didn't talk at all about any kind of budding or division. It didn't say that it was by itself. In fact, it doesn't matter, but the insect actually carries the pollen around. So I'm going from plant to plant, which means the pollen's going from one plant to another, which means there's two parents. So that indicates to me that there is no asexual reproduction. So at this point, I'm feeling pretty confident that my sunflower is a sexual reproducer. I've got my keywords here. I'm good to go. And now I'm going to check out the reading about salmonella. And that can be found here. Here's the salmonella and the reading about salmonella. So I'm going to read that. I'm going to see if I can learn some keywords, put those in my box here, determine if it is a sexual reproducer, an asexual reproducer, or both, and so on. You've got a few other organisms here: strawberry, honeybee, whiptail lizard, grizzly bear. And then you're going to pick your own organism. You're going to just pick an animal or a plant or something. It could be a bacteria, whatever that you want to put in here. You'll put the name in here. You're going to do some research about that organism, about how it reproduces, put in some keywords here. And then you're going to decide, is it a sexual reproducer, an asexual reproducer, or both? Make sure that you back up your decision with the proper keywords. Once you finish that, this just gives you an opportunity to type in some keywords that you found. So what are some keywords that are about asexual reproduction? Go ahead and put those in this box. What are some keywords that you gathered and collected about sexual reproduction? Put those in these box. And then it says, in one sentence, describe the difference between sexual and asexual reproduction. And you'll just make one sentence. It needs to be a full sentence with punctuation. That describes the difference between sexual and asexual reproduction in this box. Once you've done that, in order to guarantee full credit, you're going to put in your Easter egg word for today's assignment. The Easter egg word today is Millie, M-I-L-L-I-E, Millie. That's our Easter egg word for today. And once you've done that, you're finished with the assignment. You can go ahead and go on to the next one or live to fight another day. All right. If you have any questions, come talk to me. But I'm always going to ask you, did you watch the video? That's going to be your assignment for today on asexual reproduction, sexual reproduction, or both, and determining how these organisms fit into those categories. All right. Awesome. Have a good day.